You ever seen a grown woman scream, "You broke my car," after crashing it into your front gate on purpose? I have. Her name's Karen. And this is the best damn revenge story you'll hear today. All right, here's how this mess kicked off. I overslept. The night before was brutal work, had me wrecked. I'm stumbling out half dead just trying to grab the damn mail like I always do. Sun's blinding coffee tastes like sadness, and then I see it. Bright red paper. Slapped on the front gate. Flapping like it's mocking me. I shuffle over thinking it's a coupon or maybe some dumb flyer. Nope. Giant block letters screaming, the HOA, violation unauthorized structure. Remove gate immediately. I just stood there, staring. Like, are you serious? That gate, I built that with my own two hands. Reinforced steel. Not decoration. My old man lives with me. He's 76. Heart barely ticking, walks like a ghost. That gate's not just metal, it's peace of mind. Now it's a violation, get the fuck out of here. And I already knew who it was. Karen. New queen of the HOA. 3 weeks in and already acting like she runs a dictatorship. Before her, no issues. Gate's been there 4 years, no one blinked. Now she's doing laps with her little clipboard and power trip. I kept my cool. Tried. Maybe it was a mix-up. So I walked over. She opens the door like she knew. All smiles fake as hell, sipping whatever overpriced tea people like her drink. Hi, James. Got the notice, huh? Like this was a social visit. I held the damn paper up. What the hell is this? She goes, standard HOA enforcement. Your gate doesn't align with the neighborhood aesthetic. Aesthetic? Are you fucking kidding me, Karen? I said, holding back. You know why I built that gate? My dad, James, she cuts in with that smug head tilt people use when they think you're beneath them. This is a community, not a prison yard. I nearly laughed, or snapped. Couldn't tell. She had no idea. No idea what it's like lying awake wondering if tonight's the night someone climbs your fence bust in, scares your sick father half to death. But she didn't care. She just wanted the gate gone, because it didn't fit her Pinterest-perfect suburbia fantasy. You've got 3 days, she said. Door closed. I walked home burning. Not red paper burning. Blood pressure burning. That gate's not going anywhere. Not now, not ever. That night I checked every camera. Reinforced the locks. Reset sensors. I didn't know exactly what Karen had planned next, but I knew one thing for sure: she'd fired the first shot, and I wasn't backing down. So yeah, after that whole red notice bullshit, I was on edge. I mean, how the hell do you go from 4 years of peace and quiet to suddenly being enemy number one because of a damn gate? I spent that whole evening pacing around the house, checking the cameras like a paranoid lunatic. My dad kept asking what was going on, and I didn't even know how to explain it without cussing every other word. But he knew. I mean, he's not stupid. He's lived long enough to recognize when someone's trying to pull power moves just because they can. You want me to go talk to her? He asked, sipping his chamomile like some kind of Zen master. I laughed. Dad, if you walk over there, she's just going to call the cops and say an old man threatened her HOA kingdom. He shook his head. She sounds like a pain in the ass. She is a pain in the ass. Thing is, my dad, he's the reason I even moved into this neighborhood in the first place. Sold my apartment in the city, bought this place so he could have peace. So we both could. He's been through hell. 2 heart surgeries, mobility issues, a bunch of meds every morning. That gate, that wasn't just for show. It was our first line of defense. Anyway, fast forward to 2 nights later. It's almost midnight. I'm dead asleep finally. Been jumpy as hell the past few days, but I managed to knock out. And then BZZZ. My phone starts vibrating like crazy on the nightstand. It's the motion alert from the front cam. I groan, roll over, check the feed, and my blood goes cold. Karen's fucking SUV is sitting at the edge of my driveway. Headlights off, just idling. What the actual hell? I sit up, heart racing, staring at the screen like maybe I'm dreaming. But no, there she is. Parked like she's doing a stakeout or some shit. And then she moves. The car starts rolling forward. slowly, then faster. And I'm like, nah, there's no way she's about to do what I think she's about to do. But she does. That crazy bitch floors it. Full speed. Right at my damn gate. I shoot out of bed like I got hit with a taser. Throw on my hoodie, grab my phone, and run for the front door. Outside, I hear it. Boom! Like thunder. Metal on metal. The sound of a 2-ton SUV meeting 800 pounds of reinforced steel. The gate doesn't budge. Her car, though, front bumper's fucked. Hood smoking, alarms blaring, and there's Karen stumbling out of the driver's seat, looking like she just lost her damn mind. She's pacing, screaming into her phone, hands flailing. I run down the driveway, my adrenaline through the roof. "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I yell. She spins around, wild-eyed hair all over the place. "You broke my car. I broke your... Are you insane? You rammed your car into my property." She points a finger at me like she's summoning Satan. If you'd just taken down that ugly-ass gate, this wouldn't have happened. I literally laughed. Couldn't help it. Not a ha-ha funny laugh. Just that bitter, are you kidding me kind of laugh. "Karen, you're nuts. This is private property. That's called destruction of property. Trespassing. Maybe attempted assault. I don't even know what kind of laws you just broke, but I'm sure it's a long fucking list." She storms over to the gate, starts yanking at it like a lunatic. Shaking it, kicking it, screaming. "It's a violation. You're a violation. You're ruining this neighborhood." I whip out my phone. Hit record. Smile for the camera, Karen. The floodlights kick on automatic motion sensor, and suddenly everything's lit up like a damn crime scene. Karen flinches, holds up her arm to block the light, still yelling, but a little less confident now. She looks up, sees the camera mounted on the gate, and I swear to God, her face drops, like she just realized she shit herself in public. "Turn that off," she screams. "Nope," I say. "This is all going in the report." She bolts back to her car, fumbling with her phone, probably calling her lawyer or her priest, or maybe just trying to figure out how the hell to spin this. I'm already on the phone with 911. "Yeah, hi. I need officers out here. A woman just drove her car into my front gate and is currently trespassing and losing her goddamn mind." She hears me say it out loud, and suddenly she's like a whole new person. Wait," she says, trying to smile. "Let's not make this bigger than it needs to be. We can handle this like adults. You rammed your car into my gate, Karen. It was a misunderstanding. You're a misunderstanding." And right then I hear sirens. Coming fast. Karen's eyes go wide. She backs up, starts stammering. "I'm the HOA president." She says to no one in particular, like that's supposed to mean something. 2 cruisers roll up. Lights flashing. Cops hop out, look around. One of them, older guy, probably seen it all, walks over to me first. "You all right, sir?" "Yeah," I say, showing him my phone. "Got the whole thing on video." He watches it. Nods. "Damn." Other cop goes over to Karen, starts asking questions. She's flailing again. Crying now, of course. He's harassing me. That gate is illegal. It's all his fault. Cop doesn't look impressed. "Ma'am, you drove your vehicle into his property." She starts screaming something about community standards and safety and how she was protecting the neighborhood. They cuff her, no hesitation. "You're under arrest for property damage and trespassing," the older cop says. Karen loses it. Full meltdown. Kicking, yelling, the whole 9 yards. I just stand there, watching. And yeah, I smiled a little. Because that gate's still standing. So there we were. Karen in handcuffs screaming about neighborhood standards while the cops are trying to stuff her into the back of a patrol car. She's flailing like a fish out of water, yelling things like, "You can't do this. I'm the HOA president, lady. You're not the damn sheriff of the town. You're just a suburban dictator with a grudge and a clipboard." The older cop, the one who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else, turns to me and says, deadpan. "She do this often," I laughed. First time she's used her car, but this is pretty on brand. He just nods, like this ain't even the weirdest thing he's seen today. The other officer walks back over with Karen's info and looks at me. You want to press charges? Now listen, I'm not a petty dude. I don't go looking for trouble. But this woman literally just turned her SUV into a battering ram and tried to take out my property. So, yeah, damn right, I wanted to press charges. Absolutely, I said. Throw the book at her. They gave me a case number, took down my statement, and promised to pull the footage off my cameras once they filed the report. I offered to email it all in, as they drove off with Karen losing her damn mind in the back seat yelling stuff like, "He's dangerous and you'll regret this." I stood there on my driveway and finally breathed. Not fully relaxed, but you know that feeling. That temporary calm after the storm. When the crazy's been hauled off and for a second you're just standing in silence like, well, shit, that really happened. I walked back in the house and my dad's sitting at the kitchen table sipping his tea like nothing happened. She's gone, he asked. For now. He nodded, didn't even look surprised. Just took another sip and said, she'll be back. I swear to God old people have this sixth sense for bullshit. The next morning, everything seemed weirdly quiet. Too quiet. You know how in movies there's that creepy calm before everything goes sideways again? That's exactly what it felt like. I went outside to check the gate. Still intact, strong as ever, but right there taped to the exact same damn spot as before was another fucking violation notice. Different wording this time. New bullshit. Emergency HOA rule update. All private gates must undergo inspection by the HOA within 48 hours. Failure to comply will result in fines or forced removal. Oh, come on. The woman just got arrested last night and she's still trying to play queen of the cul-de-sac unbelievable. Now I'm pissed all over again. I storm over to the HOA office, which is just a little side building near the front of the neighborhood. And lo and behold, who's sitting at the front desk like nothing ever happened? Yup, Karen. Back in her stupid white blouse, sipping her coffee like she didn't just try to GTA my front gate 12 hours ago. I walk in, slam the notice down on the counter. You've got to be fucking kidding me. She looks up all calm and collected. Oh, James. Back so soon, with that smug little grin that makes you want to scream into a pillow. Karen, what the hell is this here? You tried to ram your car into my property last night, and now you're writing up new HOA rules like nothing happened. She takes a sip, leans back and says, it's not personal. The board simply agreed that your gate presents a visual and functional inconsistency with community standards. We had to act. Visual inconsistency. Lady, this isn't a damn art gallery. You are the board I snapped. You probably wrote this in the back of a cop car. She didn't even blink. James, if you just worked with us instead of against us, we wouldn't be in this mess. No. You know what, fuck that. I walked out without another word, because I realized right then this wasn't going to stop until I stopped it. For good. When I got home, I pulled out every damn piece of HOA paperwork I had. The welcome packet, the rules, the bylaws, all the stuff nobody reads until it's too late. I started digging deep. And guess what I found? A little gem hidden in Section 14, Line 3. Any new regulation affecting homeowner property must be passed by majority community vote. Boom. That emergency rule Karen whipped up. Totally illegal. She skipped the vote. Skipped the process. Thought nobody would notice. Thought I wouldn't fight back. But oh, I was ready. That night, I started printing flyers. Then I started knocking on doors. Hey, I live down the street. That lady who rammed my gate. Yeah, she's writing new rules now. You want to sign this petition to shut her down? Most people said yes without hesitation. A few added their own Karen horror stories fines for having a garden gnome, warning letters for wind chimes being too distracting. It was a whole underground support group out there I didn't even know about. Within 48 hours, I had enough signatures to make Karen choke. But I wasn't done yet. I launched a Facebook group. HOA reform, take back our neighborhood. Posted my security footage. The violation notices. Karen's ridiculous car stunt. It blew up. Like fast. People started coming out of the woodwork with their own Karen tales. Fines for stupid shit threats of eviction. Even someone saying she told their kid to stop riding a bike because it was too loud. The best part, Karen didn't even know it was coming. So here's the thing about bullies like Karen, they don't expect people to fight back. They're used to folks just rolling over, paying the fine, painting the fence, taking the crap. Because most people just want to get on with their lives, but not me. Not after you try to smash through my gate like you're in a Fast and Furious reboot. So yeah, I dropped that petition on the HOA's front desk like it was a war declaration. 50-something signatures, way more than I needed to challenge her bullshit emergency rule. I didn't even bother waiting around for her to see it. Just walked in, dropped it, said, "Tell your queen the people have spoken," and walked the fuck out. That same day, the Facebook group kept exploding. By the end of the night, we were up to over 100 members, all from the neighborhood. People who'd stayed quiet for years were suddenly sharing stories like they were finally free. One guy said Karen fined him for improper garage organization because he left his toolbox open. Another lady got dinged for planting sunflowers. Sunflowers. Apparently they were too tall, but the real kicker. Someone posted a blurry photo of Karen at a bar drinking wine and bragging that she runs the neighborhood like a CEO. That comment section lit up like a bonfire. The people were done. 2 days later, I'm outside watering my lawn just chilling when I hear the click, click, click of high heels on pavement. I don't even have to turn around. I already know. Karen, she's storming up the sidewalk, eyes blazing, clutching her damn clipboard like it's a weapon. "You think you're so clever, don't you?" she hisses. I set the hose down. "No, Karen, I know I am." She steps up in my face like she's about to ban me from sunlight. "You had no right to challenge me like this." Actually, I had every right. "You broke the rules, Karen. I just pointed it out." She grits her teeth so hard I swear I heard her jaw crack. "You have no idea who you're messing with. Didn't you say that right before you got arrested for trying to kill my gate boom?" Dead silence. Her face goes bright red, not from embarrassment, but pure seething rage. But she doesn't have a comeback. Not a good one, anyway. She storms off, muttering something about lawyers and defamation, and I'm just standing there smiling like I just won a round on Street Fighter. Now here's where shit really goes down. That Friday, we get an email blast from the HOA, not from Karen, but from the vice president. Some guy named Rick who hadn't said a damn word the whole time. He writes, "Due to recent events and community concerns, the HOA will be holding an official vote on the emergency gate inspection rule. All homeowners encouraged to attend. Translation, Karen's getting cornered." I show up at the meeting early, dressed in my best jeans and a t-shirt that says "built, not bought." The vibe in the room, electric. Like a revolution was about to happen in the middle of a community center. All the people from the Facebook group were there, nodding to me, whispering. One guy even fist bumped me like I was leading the damn rebellion. Karen showed up last. She walked in like a politician under FBI investigation, perfect makeup fake smile, trying to pretend she wasn't sweating bullets under her blazer. She sat at the front like nothing was wrong. Tried to start the meeting like usual. "Let's begin." "Shall we?" Nobody said a word. Then Rick the silent VP stood up and read the motion. Said we'd be voting on the legitimacy of the emergency rule. Everyone got a little card to raise. All in favor of keeping the gate inspection policy, a few hands. Maybe 5. All opposed. Every other damn hand in the room went up. It was like watching a dictatorship collapse in real time. Karen's face, priceless. She looked like someone had just shat on her Lexus. She tried to speak. "This is outrageous." "This man," she pointed straight at me, voice cracking and spreading lies. "He's harassing me. This is a smear campaign?" I stood up calm as hell. "Karen, you tried to ram your car into my gate." On camera, you sent me violation notices you made up. You created illegal rules. And now the community's decided they've had enough. Silence. You could hear a pin drop. Then Rick, MVP of the night, turned to the crowd and said, "All those in favor of removing Karen Whitmore from her position as HOA president?" It was unanimous. Even the 5 people who liked the gate rule bailed on her. She stood there, trembling, lips twitching, trying to say something, anything to flip it. But it was over. "This isn't over," she spat before grabbing her purse and storming out the door like she was going to go summon Satan. I walked out to the parking lot that night feeling 20 pounds lighter. People were shaking my hand. Some were laughing. A few brought beer. We'd done it. We took our damn neighborhood back. And Karen, she had no idea what was coming next, because the real story was just beginning. So yeah, Karen got booted, outvoted, outclassed, out everything. And if this was a movie, that'd be the end right credits roll. Hero wins. Neighborhood throws a barbecue and names a potato salad after me. But nah, real life doesn't wrap up that clean. Karen wasn't done. She just shifted tactics. You ever corner a raccoon? That's what it felt like. The next day, I'm feeling pretty damn good. Slept like a rock. First peaceful night in weeks. Even my dad was smiling over breakfast like he just won bingo at the VFW. Then my phone dings. New email from the HOA, or what was left of it. Subject line, urgent. Legal filing notification. I open it up and I swear I almost spit my coffee across the kitchen. Karen is suing me for defamation and emotional distress. No, I'm not joking. The lady who tried to play demolition derby with my front gate now had the balls to claim I ruined her reputation. She said I targeted her and launched a malicious smear campaign that caused her humiliation, mental anguish, and panic attacks. She even included screenshots from the Facebook group calling it a digital mob, fueled by hate. My favorite line, the defendant weaponized community sentiment to orchestrate a campaign of psychological terror. Lady, you rammed your Kia into my damn house. I called my lawyer. Yeah, by this point, I had one on speed dial and read the whole thing to her. She didn't even try to hide her laughter. Oh, sweet Jesus. She's really trying this. Dead serious. Don't worry, she said. This is what we call in the business a hail Karen. It won't land. That calmed me down a bit. But I wasn't about to just sit there and let her rewrite the script. So I did what anyone with common sense and a solid Wi-Fi connection would do. I dropped a video. I set up my phone, hit record, and told the whole damn story. From the red violation notice to the midnight gate ram, to the fake rule, the petition, the meeting, and her booting. No yelling, no drama, just facts. Straight talk. Then I dropped the footage. The video of her hitting my gate, the cops cuffing her, the meeting vote, everything. I posted it to the Facebook group, then Reddit, then YouTube. Titled it, How My HOA President Tried to Destroy Me and Failed. In less than 48 hours, it had 300K views. By the weekend, 1.2 million. The comments were chef's kiss. Karen speedruns getting fired from HOA. That gate took the hit better than my marriage. This is why I live in the woods. Even local news picked it up. Karen went viral for all the wrong reasons, and I was suddenly known as the guy with the gate. Now, here's the real twist. After the video blew up, I get a knock at the door. It's Rick, remember him? The quiet HOA vice president. He's got this manila folder and a look on his face like he just dug up Jimmy Hoffa. Got something you need to see, he says. I let him in, open the folder, and my jaw hits the floor. It's a copy of an anonymous whistleblower packet, emails, screenshots, HOA internal docs. One email straight from Karen reads, "If we can't get him out with the rulebook, maybe we find another way." Another one, Gary's handling it. He knows what to do. Gary, the same ginger jackass who cut my gate lock that night. They paid him with HOA slush funds, and suddenly, this wasn't just petty bullshit anymore. This was criminal. My lawyer was thrilled. Called it open and shut conspiracy with a side of dumbass. We filed a countersuit so fast I think the paper was still warm from the printer. Karen. She freaked. Tried to go on the offensive again, made a local TV appearance sitting there in a neck brace like she got hit by a bus instead of her own bad decisions. Tears, makeup, saying I ruined her life and mobilized a digital lynch mob. Meanwhile, the actual law was quietly doing its job. The DA's office opened a formal investigation. The funds she used tracked, the email server subpoenaed, and Rick. He was officially done with her. I just wanted to volunteer and help plan the summer picnic, he told me. Instead, I ended up in a political thriller. Last I heard, Karen's house was up for sale. Rumor was she was moving 2 towns over to start fresh. Good luck with that. You can move zip codes, but you can't outrun Google, especially not when you're trending under HOA meltdown from hell. A few weeks after the dust started to settle, something weird happened. The neighborhood got quiet. No weird letters in the mailbox. No surprise violations on my gate. No crazy lady storming up the sidewalk in high heels yelling about hedge height regulations. Just silence. And let me tell you, after months of HOA drama and unhinged power trips, that silence was beautiful. Karen's house had a big-ass for sale sign out front. Fresh mulch, new paint. Classic please don't Google me energy. She never came back. Not to the meetings, not to the Facebook group. Not even to wave a sad little goodbye, just gone. Word was she skipped town the second her lawyer told her the DA might actually file charges. Wire fraud? HOA fund misuse? Conspiracy? Hell, if they wanted to get fancy, maybe even attempted vehicular assault via mid-size SUV. Whatever it was, Karen. Now here's where it gets kind of wholesome. I know didn't think we'd get there either, but life's funny. The rest of the HOA board, yeah, they voted to dissolve the whole thing. Apparently once the queen bee flew the coop, the rest of the hive realized they didn't want to sting each other for trash cans being left out, or mailboxes being not uniform. Instead, they created a volunteer-led neighborhood council. Focused on stuff that, actually matters, like safety, community events, helping out older residents, that kind of thing. They even invited me to the first meeting. Me, the guy with the gate. I showed up late, still skeptical, half expecting a trap. But no, it was real. People brought cookies. Someone made sweet tea. Mrs. Patel gave me a hug and said, "You saved us from a dictatorship." Okay, bit dramatic, but I appreciated it. Rick stood up, cleared his throat, and said, "We've all had a rough few months, but I think we can agree that no one should be afraid of their own community. And nobody should get fined for planting sunflowers." The room clapped. Even I clapped, and I hate clapping in public. When I got home that night, I sat on the porch. It was quiet. Dad was asleep. The moon was out. I looked over at that gate, the one that started it all. The same one Karen tried to destroy, rewrite out of existence, weaponize the HOA against. Still there, a few scratches, a new bolt or two, but still standing. Kinda like me. About a week later, I got a letter in the mail. Handwritten. No return address. Inside was a single photo. My house. Taken from a weird angle like from a second-story window. On the back, just 4 words written in red marker. You should have stayed quiet. No signature, no explanation, nothing. I stood there, holding it heart-thudding just a little too loud. Was it a leftover threat? A sick joke Karen from some burner account trying to keep the war alive? I didn't know. But I did know this: I wasn't scared anymore. Because I had something stronger than paranoia. I had proof. Community. And a gate that could take a fucking tank if it had to. A few months passed. Life went on. The new community center got approved. Local businesses chipped in. A veterans nonprofit helped fund it. Guess who donated the land? Yup, me. The same plot Karen once tried to zone as a utility access lot. Now it's a space for local events, school gatherings, and weekend markets. The kids ride bikes past my house now without getting glared at. Dogs bark, and no one files a noise complaint. People wave again. Hell, I even got a pie from Lisa down the street. Peach. Still warm. So yeah, Karen tried to break me, tried to use rules and fake power to push me out. But in the end, she left, and I stayed. The gate stayed. The truth stayed. And now, anytime someone from another neighborhood messages me, "Hey man, we're dealing with a Karen on our HOA board. What should we do?" I just tell them this. Don't back down. Be the gate. Outlast the bullshit. Because you never know. You might be the one who ends up owning the land they're standing on.